I am impartial to the meat. We'll do a blind test. We'll do a blind test.
Blind, okay.
Yeah, we'll do a blind test to ensure fairness.
Gotcha.
Okay, so Steak. What's the movie after?
I don't know. I haven't figured it out.
I'm gonna guess Terminator. Or are you gonna?
We're gonna actually go to the movies. So it depends what's out.
Are you planning? What's your strategy? Do you plan on making him watch a rom-com with you?
No.
Or do you plan on? Okay, so you're no rom-com on Valentine's Day.
I mean, it would be cute. Is there a rom-com that's out?
I'm sure there is. Not that I can. We're both Googling.
I'm
movies
Googling this right now.
Movies out right now.
We could see Harley Quinn, Birds of Prey.
That's a hard pass.
Yeah.
That would absolutely ruin. You could see Sonic the Hedgehog. There you go.
Oh my gosh, brilliant! Brilliant move.
It is a rom-com between Sonic and his love for speed. The Photograph. I don't know what that is, but you could watch that. Fantasy Island.
Christopher is suggesting downhill rom-com.
1917.
He saw 1917. I don't really want to see 1917.
You could see Jumanji 2.
Wait, what is downhill, Christopher?
Wait, he's not on the show, Sydney.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to look.
Rhetorical questions are a little harder to ask on.
Sorry.
My apologies.
Downhill. It's the one with Will Ferrell and Julia Louis
Dreyfus. Hey, that looks like fun. So it's a ski movie. How about that? You want to go see a ski movie?
Well, isn't it about exes who reunite?
It probably is if it's a rom-com.
A married couple is thrown into disarray as they're forced to reevaluate their lives and how they truly feel about each other.
Oh, look at that. That's nice.
But do I like Will Smith?
Yes.
No.
You don't. You're anti-Will.
I have not liked a lot of the movies that he stars in.
What about Will Smith the man? Will Smith
Smith? Will Ferrell.
You said Will Smith.
Oh, sorry.
Will Ferrell.
I'm
You're not
sorry.
a fan of Will Ferrell movies?
Sorry.
Homie, what?
Will Ferrell. I do not like.
Will Ferrell, you're not. I've heard some people say they don't like Will Ferrell, but give us an example of a bad Will Ferrell movie.
Anchorman.
I'm getting another text. There's another text from, this is John from Swig. Cam, please cut Sydney's mic off. She's going crazy, and she's corrupting the youth. John, you're a man of the people, John. I agree with you.
I'm getting a text from Christopher saying, Will Ferrell shows his butt in every movie he's in.
And there's certainly nothing wrong with that. Chris, any opinion? We're going to await an opinion from Chris. Because I'm a fan. I think Anchorman's an amazing movie.
Christopher, what do you think about Will Ferrell? Please. He's texting me that he's responding to me in the car, he's listening to his radio.
Uh-oh.
And he's talking to himself, thinking that we're going to talk to him.
Yeah.
But we can't hear you.
He's responding. The only thing is we can't actually hear him on the air.
Okay, he's replying over text.
You should just call.
I know. Christopher, do you want to call in? I can give you the number.
If he's in the car, that could be fun. A surprise call from Chris Gunsky.
Well, can we give him the number?
Valentine's Day special.
I know the number.
Okay, well, Chris, this is an open shout out to Chris Gunsky, boyfriend of Sydney. Should you wish to call us at the KSU station, do you hear this? 408-554-5728.
I just sent it to him too.
That is 408-554-5728. Chris, if you feel inclined to call in, brother, we will be waiting. But we're gonna.
Yes.
Ask and you shall receive. Chris Gunsky coming on the line.
Hello.
Chris Gunsky, you are on the air with Cam and Syd. Chris, give us a shout.
Oh, hey.
Yes.
Ask and you shall receive. Can you hear me?
Can you take it off speakerphone?
Chris, I would advise you to take it off speakerphone and
take it off your car.
The radio show's also on a delay, so you probably want to turn it off in your car.
Whoa, hello.
Hello.
Welcome to the show, surprise caller.
Oh my God, am I the first caller?
You are.
Yeah. Well, I used to be the caller.
Chris, we want to get right down to business. We have a few hot takes from Sydney that I'm sure you want to rebut. Number one being,
what do you think of Will Ferrell?
Will Ferrell, Anchorman, give us your take.
Oh, flawless.
Fabulous?
I mean, he shows his butt in every movie. You got to see it.
You can't ask for much more than that, right? How many times are you getting the bare ass treatment in a movie where it's genuinely? Probably not. Well, maybe more now, but not like that.
Yeah, not often.
So are you solely judging his acting career based on his butt?
Yes.
Is there anything wrong with that?
Yes.
Absolutely not.
No.
It's good to see that. Good to see that you're on the right side of history here, Chris. I got another fireball question for you. Your steak grilling skills. It's getting some serious heat from Sydney.
Literally.
It is. Apparently, the steak's getting a lot of heat too.
Yes.
If Sydney's right. My first question. My first
too
question
much.
for you. What is your rebuttal? My second question for you. Do you accept the challenge for a blind steak competition live stream for the Camcast?
Let's go. Right now. Steak, I'm on my way. I have 2 steaks in my car. We're gonna do it right now. I'm bringing the George Foreman grill too.
We're gonna grill it in the KSU studio. Fire hazards be damned.
No thermometers allowed.
No thermometers. No strings attached. The firemen. We're gonna bribe the FD. It's gonna be awesome. We're gonna turn all the.
Oh yeah.
So you're not going to respond to my argument against your steak?
You know, I have nothing. It's all so true, guys. It's all so true. I have no rebuttal. I can't. You want me my thermometer moving forward? Because I need some help with that.
Chris, it's okay. Any other day.
Honestly, I think the problem is, before I met Sydney, my steak game was on point. But as soon as I met Sydney, I literally haven't made her a good steak. It's a shame.
Maybe it's because you're so overcome by love and you're so overcome by your romantic feelings for Sydney, you can't think straight. Say that. Agree to it.
We'll go with that.
We'll go with that. Very diplomatic answer on Valentine's Day, Chris. I respect the hustle. The girlfriend is always right. I like that you're adhering to that rule. However, in this specific case, on the unspecified date of our steak off, our high stakes steak off,
High stakes.
you could call it.
Turn up the heat.
Turn up the heat. Branding TBD. The girlfriend can be wrong, and you can have your day in the sun.
Oh, wow.
Redemption.
You can redeem yourself.
So what I'm hearing is Christopher still, even if he wins the steak off, he still will not have made a perfect steak for me. He will be making it for Cam.
Yeah, and that's probably why it'll be good.
Probably.
Yeah.
Would you agree, Christopher?
We're in agreement.
Yep, if it's for Cam, it'll be perfect.
If it's for the third wheel, it is always a spin. It's a splendid steak.
Only the best for the third wheel.
Only the best. Only the best for Cameron.
Oh, my goodness.
Chris,
Only the best.
Chris,
Okay,
we
so
appreciate. Yes.
what are your thoughts on our movie tonight? So do you actually want to see Downhill?
Wait, so we're making a decision on air right now?
Why not?
Making a decision
Why
live
not?
on the air.
Okay. All right, the world. We are. This is a little peek into the Sydney Christopher relationship with Third Wheel Cam.
That's right.
Moderating. This is our decision process. All right, you ready?
Ready.
Ready. All right. So Will Ferrell's butt. Let's watch Downhill.
Okay, so
do
what
we have
other movies are out?
Do we have confirmation that there is butt in the film?
No,
But
I guarantee you there is.
But you okay? He's confident. He's confident that the butt's going to appear.
I'll bet you money there's butt in that film of Will Ferrell.
You want a little skin in the game, quite literally.
Quite literally.
Well, okay. Do you have any other movie recommendations, seeing as you work in the movie theater industry?
Cindy is trying to get out of this so bad.
I really just want to choose a movie.
Go with Downhill, brother.
Well, a bunch of new movies came out for Valentine's Day today. That was one of the big ones that we opened up.
You could look at Oscar bait. You could watch Parasite.
I
the one
kind
that
of
won.
wanted to see Parasite,
You can see the one that won.
which is showing at 8 p.m. in Scotts Valley.
How about Bad
Parasite's
Boys?
supposed to be good.
How about Bad Boys for Life? That's Will
How
Smith.
long has that been out?
That's not long. Do you want to see Bad Boys for
Oh,
Life?
Bad Boys? I do not want to see Bad Boys for Life. It looks really cheesy.
That's why I wanted it. Okay, well that's fine.
It's an action movie, so Sydney wouldn't be too into that one.
Guys, I'm gonna have to rush you to make a decision ASAP.
Okay, I think
All
we're
right,
between
decision time.
Downhill and Parasite.
You're between
Okay.
Downhill and
Do you
Parasite.
want to read subtitles all movie, or do you want to see booty the entire movie?
I know my answer to that.
We can see Downhill.
Ha!
Woo!
The
Decision
treat-
made.
The Treaty of Santa Clara agreed upon.
It has been signed.
It has been signed. It has been inked. It is now joining us live in the studio, calling into the studio, we have host of Sports with Smalls and lead broadcaster for the Bronco basketball team, Spencer McLaughlin. Spencer, give us a shout.
It is great to be with you here on the Camcast, Cam. The return has been a long time coming, and it's been far too long, so I'm glad we're finally able to make it happen.
Spencer, I got to say, it's been a tough effort trying to nag you. You've just been so busy. What with the...
I know. I really do keep myself pretty busy. That is how I like it to an extent, but it can be difficult sometimes to make space in my schedule, but persistence pays off, and third time's the charm. Here we are back on the show.
This is time number 3, isn't it? I didn't pick up on that.
In the last couple of weeks, yes. This is the third straight week that I've tried to come on, and this is the first successful attempt in those 3 tries.
That's right. But Spencer, a lot of cool things keeping you busy. You've got narrating for the Hoops games. You've got the high school football broadcast going for you, and as I believe, a couple job interviews. Well,
the high school football broadcast has been over for a little while, but we're very much covering the Santa Clara men's basketball games. They had a tough one last night against San Francisco that they were not able to quite grind out a victory, but hopefully they're going to be able to bounce back tomorrow against LMU. But I did have an exciting job interview just before I got on this call with Eastern Oklahoma State Junior College to be their lead broadcaster.
So you're fully going after the broadcasting route.
Oh, that is 100% what my career goal is to be a sports broadcaster, and so that's where I'm trying to get to.
And so, Spencer, I'm not surprised by that in the slightest, but I think Sydney would find this funny. I wanted to go over your high school broadcast for a brief second.
Yeah, go ahead.
I talked to one of your associates, the quote unquote sideline. The sideline commentator, she was very funny, Claire, I believe, who said that you guys get to do full-out interviews with the basketball players, or was it with the high school football players, and I just wonder, who the heck's idea was that?
I think it's a good part of any broadcast, and I think anyone who's listening to high school sports on the radio is going to understand that the kids who are being interviewed are perhaps not as
smartest,
refined as professionals. But, I think they'd surprise you. I had one interview with Yost Gervin, the quarterback for Los Gatos.
He's probably the most confident kid. You don't want that.
Well,
you don't want the most cocky kid.
I was really impressed with him, actually. He was very humble. He was very posed. He had great answers to the questions, and it was a pleasant surprise in that respect. So, I think you give high school kids some credit. There have been a couple instances where, I'm thinking in my head, okay, can you give me a little bit more or something along those lines? But, you just kind of adapt to it on the fly and work with what you got.
Any inappropriate remarks on air? Because I know it's tempting.
No. I've never had a kid, or myself for that matter, say anything that is not G-rated.
That's good to know.
That's how you keep sports, always.
Okay, so I think, Sydney, what do you say we go into the Super Bowl?
Well, yeah, we tried to book you for the past few weeks.
We did try to book you after the Super Bowl.
I know.
It was directly after the Super Bowl, so we had some Super Bowl-themed questions.
We wrote a lot.
And we're going to ask them anyways.
Yes, so, Sydney.
That works for me.
Sydney, you definitely watched the halftime show.
I did.
More than the rest of the game.
Well, no, I watched the game.
You watched the game?
I watched. Who do you think I am? That was my second football game that I have watched all year.
All year. I thought you were about to say of all time.
No.
That would be kind of insane.
No, I watched the one where the 49ers won to get into the Super Bowl, and I watched the Super Bowl.
There we go. So I want to pose a question to both Spencer and Sydney. We were treated to both J-Lo and Shakira for the halftime show.
Yes.
And I just wanted to ask the question, how much butt is too much? Was that too much butt? Was that...
Cam, I will be completely honest with you about that particular subject. I did not watch a single moment of the halftime show, and I still haven't.
Go figure.
That's pretty good.
I really just it's not why I enjoy the game. I understand that the Super Bowl is a spectacle and that you're trying to have a very broad appeal with it, but I've never been very intrigued by the halftime Super Bowl shows. It's not why I love the game. It's just not, and I know generally why you have asked that particular question, but I'm going to plead the fifth on this one because I haven't seen anything.
Spencer pleading the fifth on Valentine's Day. Very diplomatic move. Very smart move from Spencer. Sydney, your response.
I did see the Super Bowl halftime show.
Too much butt?
Well, I feel like it was one of the better halftime shows that I've seen, especially in recent years. I think the last one that was actually really good was the one with Bruno Mars, and I think Beyonce was on that one as well. Either that or both of those shows if they were separate. I'm pretty sure they were together. Anyways.
Get down to the meat of it, Sid.
Both girls are very much known for their butts. And they showed them off as such. It was also in Miami. That being said, where was Pitbull?
There was no Pitbull.
There was no... He's on every single J-Lo track.
He is Mr. 305.
He is almost J-Lo.
And he is in the 305.
But he is not at the Super Bowl. I was pretty upset.
I thought that was atrocious.
Yep.
Half of her songs are featuring Pitbull. Spencer, your response.
Well, maybe Pitbull was trying to give the ladies their moment in the sun, literally, in Miami.
He is a big fan of the girls.
Yes.
The ladies. My mom always watches his commercials. She's been to like 3 of his concerts.
Is that right?
She watches all of the commercials. She goes with her girlfriends. It's pretty funny.
I'm going to go the next time I get the chance.
Yeah, she just thinks it's hilarious. But she's like, every time she sees a commercial or hears his voice, she's like, oh, is that Pitbull with his group of girl dancers again, shaking their butts?
Yep.
He would have fit in nicely to the show.
I thought he would have fit in like a glove.
Definitely.
He would have.
Pitbull aside, Spencer, we're going to deviate a little bit from sports. It is Valentine's Day. We've already gone over what Sydney's going to be doing. Spence, take me through the Valentine's Day agenda. What's on the game plan?
It's funny that you should ask that because we had agreed on some semblance of plans for tonight, and now we're thinking of changing those plans.
Uh-oh. It's calling an audible.
Oddly. Yes, we were going to potentially call an audible, and so there aren't actually solidified plans for me at the moment. The tentative plan, I think we're going to stay with the Cheesecake Factory for dinner. It's a really great place to go that you can share food because the portions are so large.
It sounds like an ad, Spencer.
Not outrageously priced. Yeah, go to the Cheesecake Factory.
Do you do these off air too?
I don't want to wait. They don't take reservations. I don't want to wait that long.
I have a question for you. Do you ever drop sponsors or keep the sportscaster voice off air? Like maybe you're at a date, right? And you're like, oh, well, honey, I got you a wonderful gift for Valentine's Day, a wonderful bouquet by flowers.com accompanied by Dove chocolate. Dove chocolate, the best dark chocolate in the game. Get yours today. Here you go, honey.
Well, yeah, as appealing as that may sound, the problem that you run into doing that is there's only one person listening, so the audience might be a little bit confused, being the person in front of you, might be a little confused as to why you're doing an ad read for what you're giving her.
See, I was thinking you would do it to maybe the waiter, the waitress, the host
everyone
at the restaurant and say, hello, I am Sports with Smalls, a reservation for 2.
Maybe I'll do that tonight.
Transportation to the dinner spot provided by Ford Trucks. Ford Trucks built
when I'm at restaurants, I actually do often give my name at Smalls.
You call yourself Smalls at restaurants?
That is a very real thing that I've done for a long time.
I'm not surprised in the slightest.
I would hope not.
That doesn't surprise me in the slightest. Okay. Going off of Valentine's Day, Spencer, I got another story for you. So I tune into you've recently been promoted to sports director. You have a much bigger sphere of influence in the KSU family, or in the KSU community. And I tune into 103.3 every now and then. Whether it's to Sports with Smalls, that's another question. But I
tune in.
We both tune in. You know, we tune in. I tuned in driving back, I think Thursday night from like Ike's or from it was from some restaurant, and I hear these two dudes doing a broadcast that was, I swear to God, it could have been out of like Santa Monica or from like Portland, Oregon. They were definitely stoned or something similar to that, and I was amazed at how much they were able to talk about absolutely nothing for so long. They're like, hey man, like, you know, coming out of college, I feel like we're just going to be defined by like our career or like our salary, dude. I don't think that's accurate. Yeah, man, like it's so not chill. Like you got to find other ways to like sustain yourself, you know? Any comment? Do you know who these gentlemen are?
I can't say that I do. You could probably find out if you go to the KSU website where you can see a schedule of all the DJs. But I can't say that I'm familiar with the gentleman that you are referring to.
We would love to have them on the show.
But, you know, it's publicly available information. You should be able to find it pretty easily. But, you know, I think that saying it's impressive they can talk about nothing, that's certainly true. But remember, Seinfeld was the show about nothing. It's the most successful sitcom arguably in history. So nothing is always something. It's just nothing.
It's nothing about nothing.
Per se.
So
Yes.
I'd say that arguably you're doing the same thing
Oh!
right now. Because we asked you about, what did we ask you about? We asked you about something and you said no, but you could have just said no, but instead you decided to give 5 different reasons about why you didn't watch the Super Bowl halftime
Butts in the Super Bowl. Butts in the Super Bowl.
And just now.
Yeah, that was the original question.
You just keep on going and going. It makes for a good broadcast.
We just keep spiraling. You know what? You just go with the flow.
We love the spiral, Spencer.
Instead, like, Cam just keeps going into dead space, and I just let him have it. I mean, you just keep it going, and it's at least something to listen to. Like, Cam is just, I just give it the silence to make it really awkward.
Spencer, you know we love you.
I do feel the love. I do not feel judged in any way.
You're feeling the love on Valentine's Day.
Absolutely.
Which, Spencer, we have actually a surprise question from a certain, you could say a fan, you could say a friend, a close friend of yours. This is, let's call him Steve from Swig. Steve from Swig says, hey, Spencer, how does it feel to not be able to come through in the clutch with field goals in NCAA 14? It seems like you just can't seem to get it done. Any response?
If this were TV, the expression on my face would be pretty priceless because Steve from Swig, ironically, is sitting next to me right now, Cam.
Is that right?
Can you believe it?
What are the odds?
I know who Steve from Swig is. Yeah.
Do you intend to out him on the air, or is this are we going to keep him?
No, we'll keep his identity a complete and total secret.
Do you have any words for Steve from Swig?
I'd like to remind Steve from Swig that when I play him in NCAA football, I don't need to kick field goals because I'm too busy scoring so many damn touchdowns.
Do I hear laughter in the background from Steve from Swig?
You do hear laughter in the background from Steve from Swig. He's getting a kick out of it.
Well, that's good to know.
What a time, man. This show, man, it is a lot of fun in every way.
And will you two both be playing NCAA 14 in the near future to finally settle this?
We don't need to play in order to settle who is better at the game. Steve from Swig knows damn well who reigns supreme in that particular game. Certainly not every game.
Could we possibly...
But in that one...
In that particular game, yes.
Yeah, in that particular game, we all know. We don't need to play to settle it.
And could we possibly have a showdown could we have maybe a trash talk showdown live on the Camcast? Both of you in the studio, seeing who could talk the best game.
Who can talk the best game or play the best game? Because I will win at either, of course.
That is true.
But there's two very different things. So I'm not going to lie. When you started that train of thought, I thought you were going to say, "Could we get a radio broadcast of us playing NCAA, and I do the play-by-play?"
You doing play-by-play and playing the game would be a little troublesome, Spencer.
I guarantee you I'd be able to handle it.
And because I would be open to doing this. I'm thinking we on the Camcast, we do the Trash Talk special. Imagine pre-fight, pre-WWE. You and Steve from Swig talk your trash, but then we do a live stream, maybe on my YouTube channel or maybe on Sports with Small. We can figure it out. I will do color. You can do play-by-play and play. Or Sydney and I can announce whilst you and Steve from Swig duke it out. The terms can be decided later.
I tell you, there's a lot of different ways we could go with that, and I think it could be nothing but quality radio content for listeners.
Nothing but good press. Oh, let's see. I got another text from Steve from Swig. Quoting, he's got me on this one. Usually doesn't blow me out, but he wins 7 out of 10 times. However, I quote, whoop his ass in other games.
Oh, he whoops my ass in other games,
whoops
he said.
His ass.
Oh, boy. That's a lot of confidence there from Steve from Swig. Last time we played 2K suffered a 30-point defeat.
Ouch. Steve from Swig, we are awaiting your response. I'm telling you, having you both in the studio would be a heck of a lot better than this. This is still pretty fun.
Maybe we should set that up sometime, because it really is. We go back a ways, and it's a good amount of chemistry that we've got. I think we'd be able to provide quality radio content.
I'm thinking there's only one way to settle this, and I think we've got our format settled. The showdown.
I'm down if Steve is down.
We haven't gotten a text back from Steve, but I am almost positive that Steve is a sure yes.
Almost positive.
So we will stay tuned. Spencer, before we head into our final break and we let you go, what are the future plans in the broadcasting world? What's your goal? Where are you trying to go next? Are you open to pivoting, i.e. Chris Harrison, and doing something like The Bachelor that instead of actual sports? Because I think you'd be equally suited for that. I'm just saying.
You have to be versatile in this industry. A great sports broadcaster who I know actually recently did a dog competition on Fox Sports. He's the voice of MLS on Fox, and he did a dog competition. And I sent him an email about it and whatnot. And, he reiterated to me what I have heard before, which is that you got to be willing to go anywhere, do anything, because you never know what there's going to be a demand for. And, any experience on air is good experience, and you take every opportunity you can get. Me personally, I love college athletics. That's where I want to be. That's what I want to be around, because I think they're really awesome and a little bit more authentic from the players and fans than in professional sports. Not that there are not, an overwhelming majority of authentic fans in professional sports, but it's just something about college that really draws me in, and so that's what I'd certainly love to do long term is be in and around college football and basketball.
Spencer, final question: seeing as you're sticking to college, would you be willing to stick to an unconventional college sport, i.e. esports, something along that lane?
Esports itself, I have to be able to make myself willing and able to do anything, and that includes a variety of sports or even non-sport things. And so I think that, making myself prepared to do any good opportunity that comes my way is essential. And going to limit myself because there are sports that I haven't done before that maybe I love even more than basketball and football. So we'll just have to wait and find out.
Okay, well, Spencer, we're going to let you go, and we're going to go into our final break. The showdown between Spencer and, well,
Steve from Swig.
Steve from Swig is
Steve from Swig, yes.
Is well awaited. We are going to provide details on that later, but I'm convinced it's going to happen. Spencer, I hope you start doing your thumb exercises.
I will do so.
Start getting
All
ready, because this is going to be a big deal. Maybe
I'll be ready.
Probably the whole school. Definitely Father O'Brien will watch.
I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, well, Spencer, another great episode. Great having you on.
Great to be here as always,
and
Cam. Thanks for calling me.
We're going to see you soon. Take
Absolutely.
Care. And on that, we are going to go into our second musical break. We're going to get a little more romantic than Kelly Clarkson. Completely unplanned, but we have some pretty cool stuff to look forward to.
Like what?
Like the great high stakes steak off.
The steak off.
The steak off.
Bachelor finale.
The Bachelor
coming soon.
Yeah.
That's not something to look forward to.
I'm not watching that live.
But I'm actually looking forward to the season being over.
Yeah, so there you go.
Yeah.
I look forward to The Bachelor not being...
We are hopeful and optimistic.
I look forward to not caring about my fantasy team because holy cow has that been a dumpster fire.
For what? The Bachelor.
Everyone's
I thought you were
gone.
talking about football.
No.
Football's over.
No, I actually like that. I seem to actually be good at fantasy football.
That's good.
The Bachelor, despite my hours and hours of research, I just can't seem to crack it. It's getting a little tedious.
Yep.
I don't know what it is.
I think they really tried to mess with us this season.
I kind of felt messed with, but then I feel like that happens every season.
Yeah.
And generally I feel confused, and much like Peter, I feel like I have no idea what I'm looking for in a woman anymore.
Yep. In conclusion,
my selection of a girl on my team seems completely akin to Peter's for his spouse. Scattershot, random, and often poorly chosen.
And often the one with the most drama, who we thought would be eliminated by now.
Yep. And those who seem to be the most stable and the most fitting are quickly gone.
Great. Lovely.
Fancy that. So we've got that. That's going to end. And then I guess we're going to have an Alex versus Spencer trash talk off. Steve from Swig. Steve from Swig versus Spencer trash talk off on the cast. Maybe with the live stream, but I don't know if I want to do a full live stream of them playing a video game.
I feel like they should be playing the video game and we should be commentating.
Absolutely. Spencer commentating while playing is too much. That's sensory overload for me.
It is way too much.
So we're going to not grant him the right.
And I'm not good at playing video games.
We're not going to grant him the right. I'm thinking for Spencer v. Alex, we're going to have to give them, I say, time. We could do it debate style, where we give them 30 seconds each.
Yeah.
State your case. Rebuttal. Yep.
In conclusion. Good.
That's it. We don't need to make a whole deal out of it.
No.
We are going to limit their time, and we're going to cut.
Ding! Your time is up.
Your time, but we're not. Unlike a presidential debate, we are cutting their mics.
We are,
and that's final.
We are going to be more savage than the Academy Awards. They cut off Parasite.
Did they?
But then everyone was like, "Let them speak," and they let them speak.
Was it because they were talking too much?
Yes. They only gave 45 seconds, and the entire cast and crew was there.
I'll take them talking about whatever instead of all the political speeches at the Oscars.
Exactly. And they also deserve double time because they had translators. So whatever they said into the mic needed to be doubled, you know?
It makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't watch the Oscars anymore.
You're not missing out.
This could be a whole other episode. But I think it's gotten boring.
It was really boring, and it was on for so long.
Didn't you watch it as a kid though, and like it? Because I did.
I think so. Yeah. I usually like the Grammys. Those I usually like.
I don't watch the Grammys either.
I mean, the VMAs are kind of trashy, but I like the music stuff because that's what I listen to, and sometimes I like the Oscars because I've watched some of the movies. But lately, it's just been people I don't know, are just like not represented enough. And like, I feel like there could have been so many better movies than the ones that they selected to be nominated.
The movies don't seem to, the best pictures recently haven't really been heavy hitters.
They haven't really been the best pictures.
They used to be like Gladiator won, and like movies that were really popular have won in the past. I think Shawshank Redemption won one year, and like everyone saw it.
Right.
But
It's
now
ones
it's
that everyone sees.
Shape of Water. Like no one saw.
I never saw that.
The movies that win now are popular because they're Oscar bait, not Oscar bait because
that's
they're popular.
usually my like type of movie that I like to watch is like those that get nominated.
Oscar bait.
Yeah. I mean, they're pretty much like set up drama to win, but like honestly, I didn't like any of them this year.
Yeah,
except Little Women, but that was screwed.
They got snubbed.
They got snubbed.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I'll have to watch and let you know.
I didn't watch Marriage Story. I didn't watch.
Nor did I.
Parasite. Well, we're gonna watch Parasite probably.
I thought it was downhill, but they're probably gonna make the decision off.
Probably
gonna.
Parasite. Yeah, he said, "Give me a call after this,"
and that's okay.
Yeah,
she doesn't have to.
Hated Joker. I didn't really
it
like.
It made me feel a little creepy. Also,
I felt
it was unsettling.
terrible afterwards.
I did not feel good.
It from an objective standpoint.
We gotta wrap
it was
this up soon, Sid.
Sorry, it was a good movie.
But it was
quality.
But it was unsettling and creepy.
Very,
and
I just
felt
unnerving. Uncomfortable, and that's not why I go to the movies.
No, I go there to feel good and look at some butt.
Will Ferrell's in particular.
Will Ferrell's man butt. So on that note, Sid, it's been a great Valentine's Day. Wonderful Valentine's Day episode of the cast. We are going to come back to you soon with our 25th episode. It's in a couple weeks, just right before finals. We got a lot to look forward to. A lot of showdowns on the air, casters. So get ready for an eventful end of the quarter. On that note,
it's all downhill from here.
It's all it's all downhill from here. So on that note, I'm Cam.
I'm Sydney.
And this has been the Camcast. Go Broncos, Broncos.